Hey, how's it going today? And I thought it'd be fun to show you how to create a time or date function in Unreal Engine. And this is just what it looks like if we're in the first person and we just walk over here to this ball. It tells us the date, and it could also tell us the time, and then you walk away and it goes away. So it's just a function inside the game to give you the date and or the time if you want that. And that's it. And this is also another way to practice doing the binding with event dispatching. So I'll be doing quite a few tutorials going forward from now on, unless it's required. I'll always be doing the event dispatching because I think that's the best way to go. So I'm going to keep doing tutorials so eventually hopefully other people will catch on too. So to get started on this, I'll just escape and we'll create a new project. And this shouldn't take very long. So we'll go into first person and I'll go create, and I'm not going to save anything. I was trying to create a functionality where the player's going to be told to return in so many days, and so I was exploring the functionality of time and date in Unreal Engine. So anyway, to get started on this, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and create two blueprints. So the first one is going to be kind of our trigger here, and I don't have to give it any special name or anything like that. So I'm going to add a static mesh, and then I'm just going to come over here and we can grab whatever we want. We can just get a ball there and just give it a color right there, and then just come up here and under collision we want to set this to overlap all, and then we also want to make sure generate overlap events is on. And that's all we have to do there. And now we're just going to jump into the graph side of this. I can get rid of these because I don't need them. And the first thing we're going to search for is on an event actor overlap. So we're going to right click event actor begin overlap, this one here. And we're actually going to want the event actor end overlap, event actor end overlap, right here. So you want these two are going to trigger it. And then there's a function in here, and I didn't even know this was in here. It's called now, and this will give us our time. And what we can do is, there's a couple ways we can do it, but we can split the pin here, and we're going to want to append a string. So we're just going to search for append string, this one here, and we're going to add some pins in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's enough. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the month. So the month is, right now it's just a single digit, so I'm just going to drag in for the month here, and then I'm going to skip a space and I'm going to drag in the day, and then for the year I'm going to drag in here, and then for the spaces you can just put like a slash mark or whatever you want in there for the space in between, and that'll give us the date in a recognizable format. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and create a variable to put this in. So I'll just call this string date, and we'll set this to a string. We can make it public, doesn't need to be public, but we'll compile and save, and we'll go ahead and just pull that in, and we're going to set it. So we just drag this in here and drag this in there. And I was just looking, I don't think I need these, but it doesn't matter. I have more pins than I need. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then the next thing is just pretty standard. This is all pretty standard. Is we're going to need to create a widget. So I don't have that built yet. So let's go back into first person here and let's make our widget. And this is just going to be real simple, basic widget here. We'll just get a canvas panel and drag that onto the scene. And then we'll get some text and we'll drag that onto the scene. And here I'm just going to say the date is, and that's it. And we'll just have it there. And then I'll go ahead and get another text, and this will be for our date, our actual date. And that needs to be a variable. So we set that to is variable, and compile and save. And then we can go back in here, and now what I can do is I can drag off of here and go create widget and set it to our new blueprint widget, and then I can add it. I guess I can close this window. I can add it to the viewport here. Oops, add to viewport. And so this will be triggered when we walk up to it, and we want it to go away when we walk away from it. So we're going to go remove from parent here, and we'll put this in here. And I believe that's all we have to do. There's one more thing now, and here's the whole thing that's prompting me to make some of these videos is the event dispatcher. So we're going to come over here, and we're just going to call this time XXX. We're just going to go ahead and compile and save. And now we're just going to bring this onto the screen, and we're going to be calling it. So that's all we need to do there is call it. The rest of our work's just going to be in the new print widget, and that won't take very long to do. And now we're over here. Normally you see a lot of people do binding, but we're not going to do binding. We're going to do an event dispatch. So we're going to go into the event graph here. We can get rid of this and get rid of this and drag this in. Now this has always been interesting to me. I always see people constantly casting to the first person, and I just think people do it out of habit. But notice we created a blueprint here. We're going to be calling it, but we're not going to be casting to it. So what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to go to get actors. So because remember it is an actors class, get actor of class, and we want to select our new blueprint widget here. So it's new blueprint widget right here. And what this does is this actually calls the object reference for us. So that sets that all up for us. So now that we have this, and I can compile and save this, I have access to all the variables that are over there. I don't have a lot of variables over there right now, but we'll call them in just a minute. But let me go ahead and finish up my event dispatch. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for, I think I have to pull it off of here. I'm going to search for bind to time, this one. And we're going to need an event, and it's almost just a filler. So we're going to go custom event here. Although this could trigger a whole another chain of events to happen. But it's just got to be plugged in there to satisfy that requirement. And then we can pull off of here. So this is really giving us access to everything we need from the other blueprint. And we're going to want, I forget what I called it, string date. So that's the one we want. We're really on the home stretch here. We're wanting to get the get string date. So I'll pull off of here and go get string date right here. And now all we have to do is set our variable here. So now instead of binding this, we're just going to set it over here. So all I got to do is drag this over and go get, and off of here we want to drag set text, and it's the one down here on the bottom. And this is the very last steps, is we pull this in here, and then this is a string, so it goes right in there. And we compile and save. And believe it or not, that's it. So if you want to take a screenshot of this and a screenshot of this, this is basically our function to call the date, and using an event dispatcher we don't have to do binds, function binds or property binds on the new widget blueprint. Now let's just see if it works. So we'll go into first person. I got to drag this onto the scene, so I'll just drag it over here, And let's see if it works. Yeah, the date is 2/18/2023. And I back away and it goes away. And that's all you have to do. So I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.